beautiful Singapore skyline featuring iconic landmarks has become a familiar sight. Speaking of District 10 in Singapore, many of us would relate to prime residential homes, the belt of excellence block. How do you define luxury homes? What separates a luxury home from high-end condominium in a prime district? Hi everyone, how are you doing? Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm former Pearl Bank apartments behind me. The latest revelation of the Draft Master Plan 3. Hello, good evening, everybody. This is PK So from Huttons and coming to you live from SingaporeProperty.tv. Thank you once again for coming on time and tuning in to our live broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if you're able to hear or see me, please drop me a few comments if you're online, and then so that I know that it's all good to go. All right. So just, if you are here online, you're able to see me, if you're able to watch me, just drop down a few comments so that I know everything is working well. All right. Once again, thank you very much for being here with us today, live online. Okay, so I see quite a number of friends actually tuning in. Hey, Ashlyn. Hey, hi, how are you? Hey, we got quite a number of friends actually. All right, you got Peter Teo. Hey, hi. Okay, we have Patrick Lo, 老板你好. we have Eric. Hey, hi. Oh yes, we have Peggy. Peggy, hey, hi, boss. You're here. Thank you very much for supporting. All right, and we have quite a number of us. Shalin, we have Eugene. We have a lot of friends online. Thank you very much once again. Okay, Nancy is here. All right. We have a lot of friends coming in. We have Louis, we have Adrian as well. Hey, 老板. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, once again for coming on time with us online to this live broadcast. What a day it has been, right, ladies and gentlemen? Full of surprises, isn't it? First thing in the morning, we witnessed the first time in human history when crude oil prices plunged below $0. And then just now, just a couple of hours back in Singapore, the circuit breaker is extended till 1st of June due to COVID-19. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure about you, ladies and gentlemen, but if I am a real estate buyer right now who has been eyeing the market for a while, I will pay a lot of attention to the opportunities in the market right now. Speaking about that, I know of some of my clients who have been telling me that they want to observe the market since last year. And you know what? Now they are highly responsive to my updates. And speaking about that, I understand that this is a crisis that everyone is going through and people are getting jittery about making financial decisions. Some of you tuning in, you could be buyers yourself. But think about it, ladies and gentlemen, on a positive note, just imagine, say next month, if the vaccine is found, all right, or let's say the outbreak is under control, I guess the critical question that we got to ask ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, is, are we well positioned for the upturn? Ask ourselves, if that happens, are the sellers still ready to listen to your offers and not raise their prices? Or for the developers, are they going to continue giving out star buy units with attractive buyers discount? Just ask those questions. If the positive news come on stream, what will happen? What is additional buyer's stamp duty compared to the necessity to live in the country that could offer you that world-class healthcare system that saves your life in times of crisis. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is the first time that you're tuning in to SingaporeProperty.tv, Fireside Chat, welcome to our live program. This is a simultaneous live broadcast to both YouTube and Facebook. My name is PK So from Huttons, coming to you live again from SingaporeProperty.tv. Now, you may ask, what's this program about? What is this Fireside Chat about? Well, essentially, I invite experts from the real estate industry and related fields to share market updates and insights with everyone here, so that we all can make well-informed decisions as we navigate the waters together as you embark in your real estate journey. Now, in today's episode, we'll be looking at two projects in District 9 and 10. And, these two projects basically cater to buyers with differing needs in these prime districts. I have served clients in this district since 2005 when I first stepped into the real estate industry. And in recent years, I noticed that there are two groups of buyers with unique preference. All right, so let me just share with you a little bit. Now, there's this one group of buyer basically who is seeking out homes for their own stay. And we are seeing an increasing trend of younger buyers in their 20s or maybe in their early 30s embarking on their first home purchase. And there are also this group of buyers who are in their late 30s and 40s seeking out family homes closer to amenities and in the prime estates. Okay. Then we also have served another group of buyers who are very specific about the address, about the location. And they are always looking out for products that is rare, that is hard to come by, and with easy access to amenities and transportation nodes as well. So, speaking about that, just recently in 2019, if some of us could recall, the market witnessed a strong demand for homes at Holland Road area. All right. And those homes were transacted at pretty interesting price beyond 3,000, some of which actually transacted beyond $3,000 per square foot. And the reason why it is interesting is because the transacted prices for some of these homes are actually comparable to some home prices within or nearer to Orchard Road area. And, it seems to me that due to the changing demographics and lifestyles, what matters most to this group of buyers is the eventual price quantum. And they really understand that, they understand the higher acquisition costs by the developers over the years and are realistic in their expectations. And, as long as the location is rare, it's good, and if it is affordable within 1 point something to 2 point something million, the take-up rate is actually very strong. And speaking about this, it actually sets a backdrop for what we'll be discussing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Now, with me here tonight is my good friend and a partner, Colin Ng. Among several other projects, Colin is the project IC with Huttons for 19 Nassim Hill and Martin Modern that we are going to talk about shortly. Now, what I'll do right now is I'm going to bring him up on the screen right here. Okay, let me just click on this. Hey.
Hey, hi,
Hey,
PK.
Colin.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Thanks a lot for joining us here tonight, Colin.
Yeah, same here. Thanks for having me here.
Hey, yeah, and interestingly, I'm looking at our panel right now. We are having about 80, close to 90 friends tuning in live to our broadcast in both Facebook and YouTube. And
Wow.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We really appreciate you taking time out of busy schedule at home, listening and watching us here live. Okay, help me say hi to Colin, everyone. If you can hear us, you can hear Colin, you can hear me, say hi. The more you comment and share this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, the more good stuff that Colin is going to share with every one of us here tonight. Okay. Nancy, say hi. Ben is here. Hi. Josephine is here. All right, we've got a lot of friends here. Thank you, everyone, for comments. Okay. It's great. Benedict is here as well. All right. Okay, now, for those of us who may not be familiar with Colin, let me just give you a quick introduction about Colin. Colin brings with him a wealth of experience serving clients in the prime districts with different needs and requirements. And, it's always a valuable experience exchanging ideas with him in my work. And I've invited him to share with us tonight first on 19 Nassim Hill. And then, we will chat more on Martin Modern, which is located nearer to River Valley and the Robertson Key area. All right. So without further ado, now let us start first with 19 Nassim Hill. All right. This is probably a very exciting launch for all of us. How often do we get to market a property in probably the most prestigious address in Singapore, and without having the buyers to fork out 8 figures, right? So Colin, could you please share more insights about this project with us, and what are the unique attributes that it brings to the luxury market? Okay, so I'll leave the screen to you.
Sure. Okay, thank you, PK. Hi everyone. Okay, this is Colin. Nice to see you all here online. My first time doing the presentation. So please pardon me, bear with me. Okay, 19 Nassim, let me start off with 19 Nassim first. As you all know, 19 Nassim, the address itself, when we talk about luxury, right? Luxury has many definitions in today's market. There's plenty of products, in the city area. And when we talk about city area, there's many different addresses, and every address carries with it a different character, a different lifestyle. Now, for Nassim is a little bit different, because even before I talk about the product itself, I believe everyone here agrees that the address Nassim is a luxury, All right, Nassim, as you know, as an area, is one whereby it goes a very long way back. It's probably one of the oldest neighborhoods in the Orchard Road before Orchard Road was really established as the shopping belt, and basically over there is known to there's those prominent merchants, businessmen, and those ambassadors actually reside in that area since a long time ago. And this heritage that carries with it actually carries on even to today. All right, and pretty much I'll say a large part of Orchard has transformed into something very different from the past. But Nassim, as much as it has changes along with time, a large part of the old charm and characteristics still stays on. All right, so I'm going to share some information about 19 Nassim with you very shortly. I will not go too much into details. All right, I'll just touch on the more important points on why, for people whereby they are looking for for a place to stay in Nassim, why this will make an absolute choice. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, the screen, the slides is up.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so what I have here is, as you can see here, this one is actually the location map of 19 Nassim. All right, where it's sitting on is actually between Nassim Hill and Napier Road itself. Okay, so I'm not going to go very much onto this map because a lot of the things are labeled already. Right, as you can see over here, all right, these are actually the different embassies which are just right across the road. All right, we have like the US Embassy, the British Council, we have the Australian High Commission, and of course, just slightly to the south, you have the China Embassy. All right, of course, in this Nassim Road itself, okay, there's also the Japanese Embassy, the Philippines Embassy, and slightly further up, you have the Russian Embassy as well. Okay, so and from here you can tell that on the left to Nassim itself is a very nice nostalgic place. Every now and then, it's still upgrading even till today. And just a few years back, it actually gotten its status as a World Heritage Site, okay, UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is actually our very own Singapore Botanic Gardens. Okay, this is a very lovely place since, like last time till now, whereby people actually, in the past, if I read back the history of Orchard, a lot of people actually go there for dating, or even for their gatherings and stuff. Now, for now, I believe it's still a nice place. If let's say people still go there for their regular exercises, if they stay around there. And on the other side of Nassim, which is on the right of it, is actually the Orchard shopping belt. Okay, it actually stretches from the Tanglin Mall, 2.2 kilometers all the way stretching to the Dhoby Ghaut area. So it's one spot whereby it's in between two different kind of lifestyle, and of course, in a way, what it retains along with it, 19 Nassim, is also, is, as mentioned just now, very low density living, okay, in a area which is so close by to Orchard. Okay, I'm going to switch to the next slide where we can have a, sorry. So what do I mean by low density? Okay, we actually did a pretty thorough research on the different developments around there. Now, as we know, Nassim's, is known for its GCBs around there. It's one area with all the large houses, with some of the most prominent people staying around there. Okay, largely, of course, we know that last year there's one transaction that actually is the new record for, in terms of a single transaction. It was actually transacted, change hands at over 200 million for one GCB, which is by a single transaction, the largest size. Now, today I'm not going to touch on all this because we are looking at more of the non-landed developments. So looking around Nassim itself, you can see that there is just these number of developments around Nassim, especially with the Nassim address. Now, there are some that are not on Nassim address. We still mark it out because we find that it's really a bit too close not to not to bring into relevance. So we mark it in white. But if we take a careful look in the ones in the yellows, okay, there's a few traits that you will find among these developments. There is no one development that has too many units. All right, typically if you can see from all this information down here, right, for every development, they are running only in a range of like below 10 units up to the largest being Nassim Park Residences, is only about 100 units. So all in all, if we are to mark it down to the non-landed developments with a Nassim address, okay, there is only a total of 489 units in all. That's all. It's really a limited edition. So it's not those kind of you have plenty of alternatives or choices when you talk about wanting to get a place in Nassim. All right, and this time around for 19 Nassim, it's a new offering of only 101 units. All right, and it is also something that I'm going to share in a bit is what is so different about 19 Nassim. What is different that we are offering this time around as compared to most of the rest? Hi, anyone with me? Because
Yep, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, good. Sorry, because I'm looking into a screen that is, I don't see anyone. Okay, no, I will touch very quickly with just this picture. I think a picture speaks 1,000 words. This 1,000 words, I must say, really reflects a lot about this development itself. It really can let you picture, you don't have to imagine, you can really picture how it's going to be like if, let's say, once 19 Nassim is built, upon TOP, and if you're going to stay in, what are the things that you can expect? All right, you don't have to imagine. Okay, so this is something that is done by developer. Now, for those who actually went, we actually have this app, but I'm sorry, I'm not able to mirror this into the presentation, so I can only take this picture. As you can see here, Nassim is this development over here, right? So basically, it's quite striking considering, in terms of the color scheme, on the facade itself. I think the developer Keppel Land, they actually, the architect is actually SCDA. So they actually choose something that contrasts against the other developments around there. Okay, so as you can see down here is, for 19 Nassim, there are basically only 3 facing. Okay, so which are the 3? If you can follow me with this cursor over here is, right, the first facing will be the Nassim facing, which actually faces, right, a lot of greenery. And of course, on this side, largely will be the huge houses, the GCBs. So this is something which, all along attracts a lot of curiosity, and, for people who are familiar or want to find out about Nassim, this is something that they really like. They like, yeah, to be honest. Okay, now the second facing, as you can see here, will be more towards this direction. So as you can see from here, this direction actually faces towards the east. And if you notice, if I put my cursor here, okay, the developments on the right of my cursor are a little bit taller than the developments on the left of it. Now, those developments which are here, the range over here, which I'll show you on a map later, they are typically about 5 stories. Whereas for 19 Nassim, we are 10 stories tall. So basically, in terms of height-wise, we do stand some advantage. Although we don't have to go like 20 floors, 30 floors, like, what the usual Orchard those residences around the Orchard area are. Down here, 10 stories is more than enough to get an unblocked view. So looking towards the east, actually, if you look carefully, right, of course, there is this building over here, which is the Interpol, but it's not going to really block your view. In fact, you look over on this side, right, across and over like the Nassim Park residences, the Nassim, and looking towards the Orchard area. All right, and then the third facing will be towards here. Right, this is the south facing. South facing wise, it offers another block, nice open view, all right, across the embassies and the landed estates over here. Okay, so this is actually what we call the Napier facing. So basically, this is a very nice description about the area that you can expect, from this development. Okay, so I'm going to touch very quickly here is, what does 19 Nassim offer that sets us, truly different or apart from the other developments around there. Okay, let's not talk about the product itself first. Okay, what I have to share here is, if we base on location itself, this, as you can see on this map over here, which I've drawn 2 different circles, all right, the inner circle being 300 meters radius from 19 Nassim, and the outer circle being 500 meters. Now, actually, 500 meters is, I will leave it for, another day. I'll just touch on the 300 meters. Now, if you see carefully what we have within our 300 meters radius, now 300 meters is, by today's standards, still considered a very good distance, because, even at a very casual leisure stroll, we are talking about like a less than 5 minutes walk over. So as you can see from here, 19 Nassim is positioned in such a way that it's really a Nassim address converged with convenience. So what kind of convenience are we talking about? Now, never did we ever imagine that, people staying in Nassim can enjoy the convenience of facilities like the MRT. If let's say 10 years ago you tell me, really, who would have thought of that? So, but this time around is very different. This time around, because of the new Thomson East Coast Line, actually it adds a lot of mobility and accessibility into such prestigious locations. And Nassim is one of the beneficiary of this MRT line. As you can see from here, all right, is that in front of Glen Eagles Hospital, or just between Glen Eagles and Botanic Gardens, okay, there's this MRT station over here. All right, so this is actually the Napier station. All right, the distance, if let's say look on over here, all right, at my bar below, okay, from 19 Nassim, the distance to the Napier MRT is merely about 200 meters. 200 meters, I will say, it's a very, very near distance. I don't think anyone will complain that, I have to walk 200 meters to the MRT station or to a place. So other than that, what else do we have? Walking in that direction, all right, is we have the Glen Eagles, the MRT, and of course, even before the 300 meters mark, you actually touch the Tanglin Gate of the Botanic Gardens. Well, that is actually one of the very prominent, spot of the Botanic Gardens. Many times you notice that a lot of photographs are taken at that gate in particular as well. Okay, now what about the other side? If let's you exit, you come out from 19 Nassim, you walk the other direction. Okay, you notice that within 300 meters, you actually will reach this Tanglin Mall, whereby there's a lot of the groceries where you can get. Actually, grocery-wise, just to very quickly, I just want to touch is this Tanglin Post Office. Now, Tanglin Post Office itself is well, for people who may not be familiar, all right, give it a try. If let's say next time when you're around there, there's a very nice cafe over there called the Nassim Hill Cafe, and right next to it is there is one grocery supermarket as well. Okay, so along this point, as you can see, all right, Tanglin Mall is also the start of the Orchard shopping belt. All right, and it spans across towards the Orchard residences, or the Ion Orchard as we know, all the way shooting up towards Somerset and Dhoby Ghaut. And slightly below this Tanglin Mall, as you can see, is another MRT station, which is the Orchard Boulevard. So all in all, I will say, what we offer here is, if compared to most of the other developments in Nassim, we are indeed very much nearer to the amenities. Is something whereby you are still living with that very nice old elusive prestige, and yet you are getting that convenience whereby usually only the more up and coming areas whereby they stand to have this kind of amenities. So this is something that is different. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we are looking at in that neighborhood over there. All right, so this is actually a slightly close-up of the surrounding for 19 Nassim. Okay,
Colin, I just got to break you a little bit from here,
yeah,
because I realized that we got to show this very important piece of information before we continues. All right, right here, disclaimer clauses. All right, this will apply anything from the beginning of this video all the way to the end. Okay, so with that in mind, let's continue. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, PK. Yeah, I got to leave the disclaimer to you. Yeah, you have to help me disclaim as well.
Yeah,
okay, now,
everyone.
yeah, exactly. Okay, Ken. So so this is actually the map of the neighborhood around 19 Nassim. All right. So from here, from what I described earlier, it gives you a very clear picture of what you can expect. Now, as mentioned, is if you can see my cursor over here, right? So this is Nassim Hill itself, and this is Napier Road itself. So there's a side gate along Napier Road. Our main gate is actually along this Nassim Hill itself. So if we talk about staying here, all right, is other than what we saw just now, if let's say you are, for buyers who are especially, they know what they want, or they are very picky over the facing and kind of stuff. think these actually serves to give a very clear picture of what they can expect, so that they can make a more informed decision when they pick their unit of their choice. Now, as you can see from here, the developments from the loft, the stretch over here, like the loft, the Nassim, Tangni residences, for example. Now, this whole stretch over here, as mentioned earlier, they are not tall. In fact, they are only about 5 stories high. So basically for over here, right, you don't have to worry about if you want to get an unblocked view towards that direction, those directions, whether towards the north or the east. I think people tend to ask how tall is the tree instead of how tall are these developments, because I think some of the trees over there may be taller than the developments. All right. I managed to actually mark out some of the embassies around. So, this is just how close we are, right? And with the Interpol next door, well, I must say this is a very nice, very safe place as well. In fact, we had customers, or rather buyers, who actually told us that they know this place very well and they like it for being a very secure place, whereby they don't expect so-called strangers to be loitering around, now and then, kind of stuff. So, well, I just have to okay. Now this is just even close up, just to take a quick look. Okay, it's actually also to introduce on the unit types. Now, unit types wise, as you can see here, is that there are mainly 3 different kind of bedroom types. So we have like the 1 bedroom and the 1 plus study, okay, and then we have the 2 bedroom, 2 plus study, and the 2 bedroom premium. That means it comes with a private lift, and followed by that we have the 3 bedrooms. Now, just a very quick description on this is, if you notice here, all right, is that the 3 bedrooms are the ones colored in gray. I cover from the big to small first, okay? The big one first. Now, for the 3 bedrooms over here, we have will be largely in stack 1 and stack 11. So they are all the Nassim Hill facing. That means they actually faces the GCB areas, or the GCBs over there, the greeneries over there. Now, what about okay, just a very quick mention. There's only 1 unit of 3 bedroom on top of stack 10. It's also the smallest that we have. So that one will be facing also very nice view towards Napier. So it's relatively unblocked view towards the other direction as well. Now, how about the 2 bedrooms? 2 bedrooms actually is the main composition of units in this development. In fact, almost half of the 101 units are 2 bedrooms. So they are largely in the brownish shades, or the beigey brownish shades. So we have like this unit over here facing towards Nassim, and then we have the stack 3 facing towards Orchard, and then we also have the stack 6, which is a 2 plus study, 7, 9. These are the 2 bedrooms, and this one is the 2 bedroom with private lift. These will be facing towards the Napier side. Now, as you can see from here, is for the Napier Road facing, that's also where we place in a sort of like a raised up facilities over here, which includes the pole itself. Okay, so that actually helps to pull the distance, a little bit further from between our units towards the road itself. Okay. Now, 1 bedroom. There's 1 bedroom and 1 plus study. Now, for the 1 plus study, will be largely down here, stacks 4 and 5. They are pretty much similar facing, so they are more of the east facing. And then we have the smaller units. The smallest units we have will be stack 8 and stack 12. So one will have the Nassim facing, and the other one will be the Napier facing. So, one glance, you can really tell the different unit types where they're facing. So that again helps very quickly in terms of, for anyone who's looking for any specific types, they will know what the choices or the options that are available to them. Okay, this is just a very quick sharing, all right, in terms of, because let me just allow me to bring my previous slide in again. Okay, because this map that we here is a 2D map, so everything is flattish. Now, but however, the real thing, the actual build-up and structure is very different from what you will expect. Like for example, as mentioned, the pool area over here, the facilities over here, they are actually all elevated. They are not on par level as the neighborhood street level. So this is just a very quick description on the elevation. Okay, so as you can see from here, all right, this is the Nassim Hill street level, and this is the Napier Road street level. All right, so you are right. We are sitting on an undulating land, so you get one side on a higher elevation, and the other side on a lower ground. So some people may express their concern over, like, if are we going to be on the same level? Are we sitting on a lower ground? Actually, no. This development, we actually raise up the whole thing so that we are actually more sort of marking towards the Nassim Hill Road level kind of height. So if you base on the elevation from our first unit facing towards Napier against the road level, all right, the elevation is a good 14.6 meters. Now, 14.6 meters, if we are to talk about our development around here, per floor, we are talking about a floor to floor is about 3.5 meters. So that's almost very close to a good four-story height. All right, so this is just to share. And even for the pool level, right, there's an elevation of about 5.5 meters. So be rest assured, whether for yourself or buyers or whoever, right, be rest assured that your privacy is really at its best around there. Okay, so next I'm going to share very quickly will be the sizes. Okay, just as a summary. Okay, the one bedrooms over here, the sizes that we're talking about, okay, they will be ranging at about 538 square feet to 570 square feet. So that's for the one bedroom. Now for the two bedrooms, for the one plus study, we are talking about 646 to 678 square feet on a 6-ish. And then for the two bedrooms, the range will be larger. Two bedrooms, the smallest we have is about 807. All right, all the way up to a range of about 969. And if we are to talk about the 2+ study and the 2-bedroom with private lift, okay, the sizes will actually go beyond the 1,000 square feet. Right, we have the 1109 and the 1055 square feet over here. Right, so 2 bedrooms, the choices, in terms of size, is a little bit more. Now for the 3 bedrooms wise, there's only one unit of the 3-bedroom that is facing towards Napier. So this unit will be also the smallest unit that I have in terms of 3 bedrooms. This one is only about 1324 square feet. Now, how about the rest? The rest would be very close to about, it's about 1,004-ish, close to 1,005, all the way to about 1,007-ish square feet. All right, over here, stack 1. So basically, for those who, I apologize for the fact that we do not have the so-called the virtual tour for the show flats, because everything was really too rushed. By the way, because this 19 Nassim was launched on the 20th of March, so we did not have too much of a lead time to prepare a lot of the so-called circuit breaker materials. All right, in that sense. So, all right. PK, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Yeah. It's all right because what will happen is that I'm going to show you a video. In fact, after your explanation through the slides, I believe many of us will have learned a lot more about this project, especially the orientation and height and so on. So I think this is valuable. And thank you very much for this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to also show you more sights and sounds of 19 Nassim Hill, well, presented by none other than yours truly. All right. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this virtual tour, so-called a video tour of 19 Nassim Hill.
Hi everyone, you may have chanced upon many of the marketing agents' websites online about 19 Nassim Hill, offering pretty much the same information. And perhaps you may even be interested to explore this project for your next home, or perhaps as an investment property. Well, after all, when was the last time that we have heard of owning a prestigious Nassim address starting from just around $2 million, right? Well, now you could possibly be among the 101 buyers to take advantage of this opportunity to own a Nassim address. When you arrive at the courtyard of 19 Nassim Hill, you'll be instantly greeted by its welcoming presence. The architect has meticulously considered the site terrain and has virtually taken a slice of the botanic gardens to transform the site with pockets of surprises for you. Enter the courtyard and you find yourself meandering through the landscape to uncover the garden lounge. As you stroll down the stairs, it opens up to a hidden oasis of relaxation, allowing you to soak in the tranquility by the 25 meters lap pool and, of course, the facilities at the club. Designed by SCBA, 19 Nassim Hill has been finely crafted, almost like a jewel that exudes privilege and class. You are now the proud owner of an unparalleled address that is often associated with the billionaires and tycoons in Singapore. And your exquisite home fittings truly reflect the exclusive status that befits the Nassim address. 19 Nassim Hill also equips you with some of the most advanced technology in lifestyle living, showcasing some of the first smart homes powered by artificial intelligence. You may also entertain your families and friends on the 10th floor with a view of the exclusive neighbourhood, by the relaxation pool or the heated jet pool, or enjoy your family gatherings at the grill or the lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, unless we are willing to fork out 8 figures for our next home, there's never been a chance to be part of the elusive Nassim community until now. With its direct access to both Nassim Hill and Napier Road and just a short stroll to the Napier station, 19 Nassim Hill offers a unique combination of class and convenience. This appeals to both tenants and homeowners alike who appreciate the finer privileges in life. And you will be pleasantly surprised that you can now own such privileges within easy reach. My name is PK So, and I'm the official marketing agent and will be able to assist you on analyzing the best choices for your needs. Please feel free to call me at 96971131 or visit any links that are associated with this video. I look forward to meeting you soon, online or here at 19 Nassim Hill.
All right, so that's 19 Nassim Hill, ladies and gentlemen, and it is truly, as what Colin has mentioned, this is truly the unique opportunity for many of us who have the means to own a Nassim address, which usually would requires you 8 figures at least to own one of the GCBs in Nassim area. All right, so please feel free to get in touch with us. Colin and I will be very glad to serve you with this regards. All right, so earlier on, we spoke about 2 groups of buyers, and now let's go on to another group of buyers that I just mentioned earlier, which is this group of luxury home buyers who are looking out for new homes that are ready for move-in this year. Okay, so with the bulk of new homes, especially in the CCR area, still under construction, Martin Modern, which is the next project that we're going to talk about, is uniquely positioned to cater to that demand. Okay, so Martin Modern has actually attracted amazing purchase interest over the last couple of years that are due to many really contributing factors, such as location near Robertson Quay, River Valley, and also the Orchard Shopping Belt and the upcoming Greatworld MRT station. Okay, so I am really interested to know, what are the types of buyers who are buying up Martin Modern? And Colin, could you share with us what are the choices that are still available and up for grabs over at Martin Modern? Share with us more about this project, if you may.
Yeah, of course. Every time I talk about Martin, I just get excited because I'm there since 2017. Okay, Martin Modern is one of the earliest launch in the CCR, in the past few years. It was actually launched after the King Hill 9 and the Twin Peak. So, at that time, it was actually charging up the market. Now, okay, for this development wise, I'll put it in a very simple manner in terms of, like, if we talk about demographics over there, this development actually attracts a lot of locals as much as foreigners. Now, if I have to really do make a breakdown in terms of who's buying what, then what I can share is most of the young buyers or the younger buyers, and when I talk about young means, people in the range of up to maybe about 40 years old, 35 to 40 years old. These group of buyers absorb a lot of the 2 and 3 bedrooms. Now then, how about the larger units, like the 4 bedrooms? We have more foreigners absorbing more of the 4-bedroom units over there at Martin. So as of now, if let's say we base on what we observed in the past, the recent deals, actually the units that we sold over there are largely the 2 bedrooms and with a handful of the large units. Partially it's because for now we have more of the 2 bedrooms under the current inventory. All right, I'm going to share very quickly about this. I believe those who have saw Martin or heard about Martin, you probably have already went down to take a look at the product itself. Now, today I'm going to share with you very quickly about some of the information, more vital information. I noticed that the time now is also not early. It's about coming close to 9:20. So sorry, I took so much of the time. Okay. Martin. Okay. I'm going to share this video with you. Oops. Seems I'm not able to play the video.
Is it the slides that you have? Or?
It's working now. Okay. Share screen. Okay.
Just push it up. Right.
Can.
This is the one?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So this was actually a drone shot, on the actual site, sometime back. So at least we get a very easy understanding of the surrounding over there. All right, I'm going to put a pause to the video here. Okay, is this. Okay, if you notice, is in this area, all right, you notice by now, in the River Valley side, in terms of the the locale itself, is actually packed with more high rises over here. So it's something that is definitely very different from the Nassim that we presented just now. All right, so on this side, what we have will be something very different. All right, one of it is its proximity to Robertson Quay area, and of course with its close enough proximity to town area and Orchard area as well. Now, there is also one important point that attracted quite a number of people is also the River Valley Primary School. All right, so it's really very close because it's just across the road, that kind of distance. Now, what sets Martin Modern attractive is also, the address itself. All right, because a lot of the addresses down here, you notice, is that if we are to talk about just Martin Place, right, Martin Place is actually a short stretch. So therefore, really there's only two developments that share this address. So one of it is this development you see on the screen right now. This is Martin Place Residences, and the other one will be Martin Modern. All right. I don't believe that. I believe there will not be a third development that can share Martin Place address. All right. All right. So this at this point, you notice that we actually is sitting on a spot whereby looking towards the southeast direction, we do get a very nice city view, a very complete city view with the MBS or even the flyer on one end of it. Okay, covering all the way towards, over here you notice there's the Tanjong Pagar Center. All right, and of course the One Pearl Bank, all this, all right, is actually a very full stretch of the city view. Now, while not all the units have this view, all right, but we do have a roof garden whereby all the residents can at any one time, access to these facilities on the top of their blocks, to enjoy this view. By the way, if let's say for anyone who is very keen on this view, we still have last two units. So last two units for this view.
Colin, what's the height of this level that the view is taken at?
This one we shot this video at about 120 meters. Now we did a calculation for Martin Modern. The highest range is about 110 to 120 in that range. So this one I will say is a very close representation of the high floor view for Martin Modern. Okay, so I'm going to close this video here.
Okay, let me just put it down. Yeah, good.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going through this. Okay, let me see. How do I come to here? Okay. It's always take. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow when it comes to these new toy. So
it is always a tough job trying to handle multiple things at the same time, presenting all the technical widgets that's out there.
Can you see this slide over here? Or
no, you can. I think you got to share it. You got to share it like this.
Okay. Okay. Let me share it. Okay. Is it up?
Yeah, let me push it up. Okay, it's up.
Okay, great. So, okay, I'll touch very quickly on some of the vital information for Martin Modern. All right, Martin Modern, it consists of two towers. As you can see the picture on the right of the slide here. Okay, these are the two towers for Martin Modern, right, with a total of 450 units. The height-wise, we're talking about 30 floors. All right, same thing, we are sitting on undulating land. So, on one side, is actually 10 meters taller than the other end of the land. So basically what we did was they actually raised up, okay, a large part of the development so that our blocks are sitting on the higher ground. And then they actually play with that, that so-called that difference in the elevation, to craft their landscape as well. Now, Martin Modern is actually a development whereby it's developed by Gokoland and is designed by Ipley Architects, and is Ipley Architects and this ADDP. And basically for this development itself, Gokoland, with their prior experiences in Leiden residence and Greatwood residence, okay, they actually induced this concept whereby they married the interior in terms of they actually brought over the interior from Leiden, and for the landscape itself is actually they brought over from Greatwood residence. It's like a married product between these two. And in terms of the sizes wise, of course, it's also right-sized. So what I mean by right-sized means, they actually built it extremely suitable for the residents, who are residing around this River Valley area. Especially when we talk about Robertson Quay areas, one of the very popular unit types would be the 2-bedrooms. So we have a little bit more 2-bedrooms as compared to the 3 and the 4-bedrooms. And if you can see from here, as you can see from here, the main entrance is over here. So this is where the address is, Martin Place. Right, our 2 towers will be Tower 8 and Tower 10. And over here, you can see that other than these 2 towers itself, the site coverage over here in terms of the landscape stands at 80%. Okay, so it's really living up to the 80-20 kind of ratio. And this pool over here, now some people looking at this this site plan, they will say, oh, the pool doesn't look like a big pool. Well, this pool is a 50 meters lap pool by 10 meters wide. So, it's because we have one of the largest land in terms of the new developments around there. Our land size stands at more than 171,000 square feet. So in terms of design-wise, this one, both the architect and the developer, they really, spread their effort throughout into every single square foot of this land that they have. So if you notice on this edge over here, all right, they even do up the full landscape, and they actually spread the landscape up to the boundary. So this is what I can share. Now, I'm not going to touch too much details, but this is one development whereby, in terms of provision, whether by facilities or landscape, it's really very holistic. It even comes with tennis courts, and of course it does have the so-called the clubhouse wise, they break into the club lounge and the dining lounge. Okay, so all this I will not go too much into details. Let me just show some pictures and let the pictures do the talking. All right, so this one is actually the entrance, the drop-off point. All right, so what we have right in front here is the concierge. All right, and as you can see from road level, whether from the street level outside or from your drop-off points, even as you alight your vehicle, you really, there's this layer of secrecy of the inside, that really protects the privacy, of the residents in this Martin Modern. So you have to walk up the staircase, just to get into the world of Martin Modern. All right. Gokoland has this very unique trait, is they tend to like to have big open lawn areas in their developments. So as you can see in their different developments, even some of their newer ones, they tend to have very large, expensive lawn areas. It's like their signature, their trademark. Okay, and this will be their party lounge, and this is their lap pool, their pool area. All right, so over here, what we see will be the dipping pool, and behind this structure over here is where they house the gym. Now, the gym will look across 2 sides. On one side will be towards the pool, and towards the other side is actually the sunken tennis court. And right next to this gym, all right, is another lawn with a nice garden spring, a fountain like this. All right. So, okay, I'm going to skip all this because all this you can see in the video later on. So I think let me just bring you straight to here. Okay. Okay, so this was the that roof terrace that I spoke about just now. Now I'm going to bring you to some pictures to understand a little bit more about the surrounding. Now I'm going to start from this picture first. Now this picture actually tells a lot. Okay, what do I mean by that is if you look at the picture itself, you notice there are some construction going on right over here. And on top of that, behind this blue color building, you notice there's a brownish building. Right, so that building is actually Greatworld City. So this is just how near we are to the Greatworld City. In fact, there's quite a few choices in terms of if, let's say, for anyone who needs to get their groceries, or even if you want to have a easy chop place. Of course, the most notable chop place would be along the Singapore River, right, which is the Robertson Quay. That one has a nice stretch of a lot of gastronomic restaurants and drinking places. Now, what I want to bring up here is, if you notice on this construction over here, this is none other than the Greatworld MRT. Now, Greatworld MRT, as we know, is actually part of the Thomson East Coast Line. So happened that today the two developments that we actually present are sitting on the same line. Okay, it's a very, very interesting line, which I find that I personally feel upon the completion of the whole TL, it actually will add a lot of value to a lot of already rich locales. All right. So for this MRT itself, if let's say based on the distance from our side gate to the MRT station is a mere also about 5 minutes walk, or roughly I would say slightly over 400 meters to the nearest entrance, which is said to be somewhere around here, just right after the River Valley Primary School. Okay, so this is something I want to share with you. And then the other one will be, okay, this view is more towards the east facing. So these are actually some things that we actually saw just now. Okay, I'm going to bring you into the virtual tours. Now for Martin Modern is, I'll say we are more, in terms of materials, more matured. So how do I, PK, just stop sharing this and let me see. Okay. Can you see?
Okay. Yep. Let me push it up. Yep. Yep. It's on the screen.
Okay, appreciate. Let me see. It's on the screen, huh? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so basically for Martin Modern, we have the virtual tours for all the different unit types. So down here, given our current situation with the circuit breaker, we understand that there's no way that anyone can see the show flat, but of course, even without that, right now Martin Modern, is in the final phase of their construction. So basically, they don't allow viewing as well. So what happened is developer actually took a lot of effort to get this done, so that for people who cannot wait, to already ready to get a unit here, they can actually get this final this virtual tour to verify, and to see what they can expect, when they buy a unit here. So okay, what I'm going to show you here will be the 2-bedroom. Okay, the 2 bedrooms are actually the smallest unit type we have in Martin Modern, and the sizes are the same. Right, standard throughout will be 764 square feet, and this will be the main entrance. Right, so coming in, you notice the first thing you notice will be the high ceiling. All right, so let me bring you in. Okay, it comes with a very nice simple kitchen here, and that actually leaves a lot of space into the other parts of the unit itself. So you notice for living dining, you get a generous space, and of course, one thing is a lot of people, they will ask, wow, that's a very good ceiling height. What is this ceiling height itself? Okay, this one we're talking about 3.9 meters. Now, this is particularly available only on the first floor in the top floor units. All right. So for all the other types, the ceiling height is still at a good 3.2 meters. So if you look at my cursor over here, all right, this will be the marker for the 3.2 meters ceiling height. Okay. So I'm going to bring you in slightly further in. Okay. So from here, you can have a good look at the flooring itself. We are using all the marble slabs, the marble tiles. And this will be the kitchen with the fridge. And this is a space whereby there's storage and there's a washing machine inside, washer dryer. Okay. Now over here will be let's take a look at the common bedroom size first. Okay. Okay, typically for multi-modern, our room sizes, especially the common bedroom sizes, they are above 9 square meters. So you can easily fit in a queen size bed, no issue at all, and along with side tables. Now, this is actually something that the wardrobe itself, the materials that we use, and the styling itself, I dare to say multi-modern was a trendsetter at that time. After us, a lot of developments actually copied this idea over. All right. Now for the bedrooms, the flooring wise, we'll be using the solid. This will be the dark oak that we are using. These are solid timber. Okay. And this will be the finishes for the bathroom. It's very complete. And basically, if you notice, there is nothing. There is no cabinet underneath the vanity. All right. So one thing is they actually put the storage on top of the vanity. That means it's actually down here, right? It's actually more durable in this sense, and everything is feels very bespoke. Okay. And now for the master bedroom. Okay, master bedroom is of a very good size as well. Okay, so this is actually a king size with two loosely fitted good size side tables. All right, as we notice nowadays, a lot of developments and show flats, they tend to use the very customized side tables, which can be as small as like 20 or 25 cm on length for the side table. Now, as you can see from here, right, everything is rather straightforward. So this is for the 2 bedrooms. I'm going to share with you very quickly on this one, which is one of our most popular type. Okay, this one is my 3-bedroom premium. Now, 3-bedroom premium, right now we are left with very limited units. Basically, I'm left with the low mid floor, considering the low floors now. Okay, now this one actually comes with the private lift entrance with a side balcony on this side. Okay, so your lift lobby itself is bright and airy. And once you step into this unit itself, right, you can see a nice, expensive space, very, I would say, it gives a very nice space where you feel you can accommodate a good function, the wall-to-wall distance on this side, we're talking about 5 meters, and it's split between the living and dining. So if you have to stand here and look carefully, all right, 5 meters wall-to-wall, just for a living, and then you have the other set of space for your dining over here. All right, no sharing. Okay, now for the dry kitchen itself, all these appliances are all provided. Okay, we'll have a very quick look at the kitchen itself. Okay, large and bright windows over here. You have 1, you have 2, and then there's one more inside. And then there's one more window on this side, 3. Now this is actually the helper's room or utility room. So with a WC inside, there's plenty of storage in the kitchen. Okay, and this will be the service door. Right, service door, and right, we have you will get 2 different hobs over here. You get a gas hob, and then you have the induction on the dry kitchen. Okay, Okay, let me just cover this first very quickly. This is actually the junior master. Now, for the premium units for Martin Modern, the junior master is very generous size as well. Right, it's almost as good size as a master bedroom for the typical unit. All right, basically only the 4-bedroom master bedroom is really enlarged. That means it's already good size, but they enlarge it further. Now, the other thing to bring to attention will be these, right? These are actually the sliding balcony screens, all right? So all these are provided. They are not just designed and approved. They are also built in for all the residents, all right? So they can choose to slide to close up the balcony as and when they like to. And also for the balcony wise, you notice for the flooring, right? They use the same kind of marble as the inside living room. All right. So it's not like you have marble on the living room and then you have the tiles on the balcony. Okay, so I'm going to skip the other 2 bedrooms for this room type, partially because it's going to be quite typical like what we saw in the other types just now. So I'm going to just bring you through very quickly on the 4 bedrooms. So this is 4 bedrooms are left with only one type now. So this is actually the size is 1,007 square feet. So we're entering right now from the private lift entrance. Over here, although it's blocked by the door, it's actually a powder room. Okay. So I will not repeat some of the things that I covered previously. So I'll just cover on the things that are unique to the layout. All right, so for the 4-bedroom, you get a very nice elongated space shared between the living room. Right, the space from here wall to wall is close to about 7 meters. Right, not counting this kitchen over here. Now, I'm going to show you how it's like for the 4-bedroom master bedroom. Okay, so for the 4-bedroom master bedroom, what you get is not just the space that's good for a king-size bed, but you get an additional space on this side for your wardrobe as well. All right, so if you look from the other side, you probably get a clearer picture of how it's like. Okay. And then for the bathroom, it comes with a nice tub as well. Okay, so you can really, it feels like staying in a hotel every day while you're having a shower, you know, or have a nice dip in the bathtub. Okay, now in terms of the kitchen wise, I will say the 4-bedroom and the 3-bedroom is very close, maybe just a bit of a difference. So anyway, all these virtual tours are made available to actually made available. So I'll just start my introduction, you know, of the units via virtual tour here. Okay, I can share is currently we are left with the last 55 units only. 55. So basically, if let's say we have like 450 units, last 55 is, it sounds like if you're in a race, this feels like the last dash, the last dash to the finishing line. So basically what we have generally in terms of the inventory wise, we have more of the 2 bedrooms, some of the 4 bedrooms, and a little bit of the 3 bedrooms. So if let's say for anyone who is interested, can always contact any of the Hutton's agents or even PK, right, to find out more information. Now, in terms of that area over there, I will put it this way, is that in the recent years, there's a few more other developments that actually launched subsequently after Martin Modern, right? Like Privé is one, and then followed by that, we have like the Iveria, and of course, the latest one being this Avenir. So that makes the place even more interesting because, you know, there's a lot of, it proves that this area has a very high demand, and therefore developers are really, you know, getting into to facelift the whole locale. Yeah. So this is what I've shared.
Thank you very much, Colin. In fact, what you said is just very true because, even if some of us, we are doing rentals over there, this area that is especially near Robertson Quay is so popular with expatriates. And whenever they want something, they just want something that is near to Robertson Quay. And sometimes when we recommend some other places that's further away, they do not want it at all. So yes, this area is very popular with homestayers, with the expatriates, and especially with the Greatworld MRT that's coming up, it adds a lot more value to the whole development as well. All right, so as Colin mentioned, we have limited units available at Martin Modern, and we also, from past experience, we notice that whenever the project comes nearer to TOP, there's always that sudden surge in buyers who want to grab something for their more immediate homestay. All right, so if you happen to be one of them, ladies and gentlemen, who, if you're watching this right now, in fact, if you are still watching this video right now, there must be something that interests you. And I hope that, rather than you go all around the internet and search for more information, whatever that we have presented is basically all that you need to know about these projects. And what you really need to do right now is to just pick up the phone and give us a call at 9697-1131. Myself and Colin will be more than glad to show you around, and in fact to explain a little bit more details, the availability, and even the pricing as well. All right, so well, it has been quite a while, Colin, since we first got online. Really, no, not really. We really appreciate the time tonight explaining these two important projects to all of us. I'm sure that there are viewers out there, whether you are watching this live or recorded videos, there's something that may interest you, and we would definitely like to get in touch with you and share with you a lot more than what you have already seen in this presentation. All right. So once again, thank you very much, Colin. Hopefully next time round, we still are able to invite you to share with us more. I know you have a couple of more products on hand that you may be able to share with us. Hopefully next time we can chat a little bit more in the live broadcast over at singaporeproperty.tv. All right. So before we end this broadcast, just a quick preview on what's coming up. Tentatively on Sunday, I think everything should go fine. The next speaker that I have invited is Benedict Chu, who will tell us a little bit more about Iveria and, of course, Sky Everton. Some of you may have heard about this project as well. Very hot projects. We will share with you a lot more about these two projects also. All right, stay tuned. Subscribe to my YouTube channel or like my Facebook page, singaporeproperty.tv. We'll definitely keep you updated through all the reminders. Okay, so with that, once again, thanks a lot. And what we will do is that we'll end this presentation by, presenting the video fly-through of Martin Modern, and then we'll end this show. All right. So once again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I really appreciate your time. Take care and goodbye. Thanks a lot, Colin.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.